My question is this: if the church is so concerned about the morality of this issue, then why is the church not seeking legislation for other things that it believes that its constituents should not be a part of? For instance, why is the church not actively boycotting coffee importation into the United States and coffee production within the United States? And why are they not passing laws? And why are they not doing research to prove that coffee is so bad for everyone? And why are they not fighting harder to make alcohol illegal in the United States if it's wrong? And for that matter, why is the church, which has a strong presence in other countries besides the United States, why is it not fighting gay marriage in countries like the Netherlands or other European countries where gay marriage, not just civil rights, are 100% legal and 100% socially acceptable? I mean, isn't it their responsibility to save the world from this alleged iniquity? And why are they not doing it? And the only thing I can think of is that they just know that they don't have the numbers. They know that they can't. They will appear too crazy if they go into the Netherlands, if missionaries start saying, we have to get rid of gay marriage, it's not what God wants. I mean, people would laugh in their faces. And, you know, America is a place where our government is so tied in with religion and with religious belief and with God. And because of that, we're more susceptible to being influenced politically by religious interests. Did you know that a large amount of money, I think the majority of money that has been raised to vote for yes on Proposition 8 in California has come from Utah? That is not a coincidence. Now, you might say, what do you care? What does it matter? You're getting all the rights of marriage with a civil union. 3 days ago, I had a call from one of my friends who I met at BYU. He only stayed at BYU for 1 year, and just for his privacy, I'm going to say his name is Justin. It's not, but I'm going to call him Justin. Justin called me, and I recently saw him about 3 months ago. He lives in Utah currently, and he has been he's been with the same boyfriend for 3 years. They live together, and he called me 3 days ago and said, I'm so excited, I have some news for you. And I was like, you know, maybe he got a new job, I didn't know. And he said, my boyfriend and I just, you know, we looked at the numbers in California, we're really not sure how things are going to turn out. We know we want to be married, and so we just eloped to California. And we thought if we told anyone, then they would try to just tell us to wait and this and that. And he was like, we just decided we wanted to do it. He said it was the most amazing day of my life to get married and to get married to the person that I love. And the most interesting part of this story for me was the way his family responded to this. He said that his family, who most of whom are active LDS, were all just so excited, so wanted to be part of it. And he said, you know, I didn't really realize what this meant. He's like, this was something that they could understand. This was a marriage. This was a marriage. This is his husband. And they all could understand that. And whether their personal beliefs conflicted with the idea that those two men should be together, they were behind this brother, son, cousin, because he was doing something that they deemed to be morally good, which is getting married, which is saying, I'm going to be faithful to one person. And to deny any American the right to that dignity is just absolutely tragic and wrong. And I think if you're someone who is thinking, you get all the rights of marriage, why do you need to be married? Let marriage alone. I say to you that if you were denied that dignity, if you were denied that validation, if you were denied the opportunity to have your family rejoice in your union, I think it would mean something to you too. I really, really do. And either we are all equal and this is a free country, or we're not. Now, one of the things that I recently did that was really, really difficult for me is that I guess I'm still just really fragile about a lot of these things. And when I hear people saying how horrible gay marriage is going to be, and that, you know, making remarks like that, it really, really is painful to me. And I hope I'm not expressing weakness by admitting that. One thing that I found was the church's official website on preserving the divine institution of marriage. And there's a Q&A with Elder Bednar that, who is one of the 12 apostles of the Mormon Church, that I'd like to play.
Massachusetts has already legalized same-sex marriage. I never heard about it until California is now having this issue with Proposition 8.
In some places, you have courts that are making judicial decisions that are impacting what takes place within a particular state. What's happening in California is that the citizens of the state, a majority indicated that they wanted marriage defined as between a man and a woman. The courts in California overturned that, so now it's going back for the people to express their point of view. Should it be between a man and a woman, or should it be between various types of partners in relationships?
Okay, let me just say, number one, that the tacit message there is that it's wrong for judges to decide when the public wants something else. This is democracy. This is not despotism. This is not free-for-all. This is, we elect people who we trust to make decisions that further the rights of everyone in the country. The majority is not always right. For instance, the state of Missouri, when Governor Boggs issued an extermination order against the Mormons, and everyone, if a vote had been taken, a majority vote would have voted to exterminate the Mormons. I guarantee you that. In that case, Joseph Smith looked to the government to protect his rights to practice his religion. And it was a religion that was doing illegal things, like practicing plural marriage. It was never legal in the United States. So I feel that it's very wrong to take that context and now say, well, the judges are doing it, but that's not what the people want. The people want this. It's a double standard, and it is hypocritical.
Please.
Bednar, I think a lot of people view the church's stance on this issue as an intolerant stance, and basically labeling our views as immoral when we're really taking a stance for morality. And how do we address that argument?
If tolerance is the premise, then it's not a one-way tolerance, nor is it a tyranny of tolerance. It goes both ways. And people can talk, they can appreciate each other, and they can have divergent and very different points of view, and they can still get along, and they can even still love each other. One of the things that can occur over time is that if marriage is defined as a relationship between two of the same gender, there can be a decreasing tolerance for our beliefs as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This very label of bigotry from people who don't want to be labeled would likely be used more frequently and with even greater intensity. So one of the potential consequences growing out of this is that we may find a decreasingly tolerant environment for our beliefs as members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
That doesn't make any sense. That literally does not make any sense. There's absolutely no reason why being tolerant to a minority group would make Americans less tolerant to another minority group. There is just no legal ramification for that. The only thing I can think that he is referring to is the challenge that the LDS Church will have with men who want to remain active members of the church, priesthood holders, who walk into church and say, I'm legally and lawfully married. You have to give me the priesthood. You have to let me into the temple. You have to give me a temple recommend.